Do crackheads say, I can't get high today because I'm broke? No, they make it happen. Don't let a crackhead hustle harder
than you. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of the Ant Money Experience, the podcast unlike no other. Having a little technical difficulties with the laptop, so I will not see your comments initially. But when my laptop is back online, make sure I'm gonna give y'all a shout out. Like always, y'all know it is the unofficial start of the weekend. I hope everybody has had a good week. Last week was a rough one, little self-inflicted hardship, but like always, we gonna rumble through that. I want to say, for one, shout out to one of my loyal viewers. He hit me up on Saturday and was telling me something that resonated through basically this little community that we built in the BEN network. And he reached out to another one of my co-hosts and told them about something that they were going through that they both connected on. I just think that it is so dope that people can connect just based off of my show. People that never met before have this connection and bond. I think that is super dope. Also, ladies and gentlemen, it is the first day of spring. Welcome to the spring. Ladies with fat ass and nice breasts, please bring out them sundresses. Don't let the art of the sundress be lost. We had a long winter. I think the fellas, we deserve that. Not in a perverted way, but in a perverted way. Shout out to that. But also shout out to the most dangerous podcast network in the world, the Big Exclusive Network. If you have a podcast idea, if you need your show curated, you just want a home for your show, make sure that you reach out to us and we can make that happen for you. We have room on the team to grow and be great. Also, if you would like to be a co-host on the Ant Money Experience or would like your business spotlighted, make sure you inbox me. And ladies, you already know how we can make that happen. But without further ado, let me bring up my co-host for this evening. Ladies and gentlemen, El Presidente.
Can you hear me?
Oh, I hear you now.
All right, good evening.
I ain't got no visual, so I was just going to get my Stevie Wonder on right now. But before we go any further, a message from our sponsors. Okay. With that being said, let's jump into that. If it bleeds, it leads. Okay, producer, bring up my first clip, please. Well, actually, my first topic. I want to send a rest in peace shout out to Dwayne from Tony Tone, a R&B staple. Man, it is crazy. It seems like every week is another legend from just great memories and music that they have brought to us. Oh, Presidente, what would you say is your favorite Tony Tone song?
Oh God. Whatever you want.
That is
the all-time. That's the all-time favorite.
I would say that, and up close, like real close for me is Just Me and You.
Oh yeah, that's a good one too.
That was a good one. I mean, I feel like everybody anniversary is kind of universal.
Yeah.
And Rains in Southern California is another one, but rest in peace to that brother. I didn't know that him and Raphael Sadiq was blood brothers.
Yeah.
I had no idea. And then I was looking at like pictures of them along the years, and I just never associated them. When I seen them like right next to each other, I'm like, well, damn, how I missed that?
You can see it a little bit, just a
Right.
little bit. Very
Well,
talented
I
family.
mean, I just recently found out that Juicy J and Project Pat was brothers.
Yeah, you late.
I did not know that.
Are you
And
a
my
Three
brother
Six
was like,
Mafia
I
fan?
mean,
Because how you ain't know that?
I really didn't know that. And one of my homies was like, dumbass, look at them sitting next to each other. And I was watching something and I was like, damn, how did that miss me? Because they look just alike.
That went over your head.
Bigger.
Thank you, Deandra.
But what up, Deandra? But with that being said, producer, my next topic, please.
I want to tell you about a girl named Keisha. Ass thick. Just want to smash it quick. Let's go. Shorty love the track, but she love the pole. Make that ass clap, make it drop and roll.
Now,
That's crazy.
shout out to that detective wherever you are at. You make me want to disobey the law so you can come out and investigate. Yes, yes. But my first question was, did you expect to see her in all that after seeing her in them peen suits every day?
No.
I'm joking. But
No.
Lord have mercy, Shorty was packing. Now, do you think she should lose her job for that?
I'm gonna be honest. When it comes to corporate, yeah, because your face is likeness of the company that you work for. Like something like that, you can't be caught doing, can't be caught ass clapping. Like, no, that's a no.
I mean, I done seen teachers get fired for less, but ma'am, you are a public servant. The crazy part is NYPD, their police union came out and said she's not under investigation. This is not even a topic of discussion. She didn't do anything appropriate because she wasn't in uniform. She didn't do anything to degrade the position. But I'm like, yo, I don't know about that one. I think what she did was pretty wild.
Can you imagine seeing that video and then somebody knocks on your door because somebody called the cops on you and she pops up?
Just
You gonna take that
lock me up.
seriously? Are you gonna take her
Just lock- no, no,
seriously? You gonna think it's a joke?
Just lock me up. Whatever. Would you like to come in?
You really be arrested then.
Sit
You
down,
done.
make yourself comfortable. Sit down, make yourself comfortable.
You know what?
I think that was really wild. But the fact that they weren't even looking into like any disciplinary actions was wild to me. Like, how do you feel like when teachers, lose their job because of something posted on social media? Do you think that's an appropriate action for a teacher doing something like that?
No. Inappropriate.
I feel like if the social media is not connected to that person's professional situation, then it shouldn't be. But also it's like
it shouldn't, but you gotta know the authority, the SOPs, the policies, procedures, the standards, the guidelines of the company. A lot of companies do have those quote unquote rules that, even though yes, your social media is private, your likeness, again, because of you represent the company, there's certain things that you can't do.
For sure. But I just want to say shout out to that lady.
You know what? Stop sweating. Get a towel. Get a napkin.
She was blessed.
You glistening over there.
That's the oil I put on my baldy before I got up here. But producer, play my next clip, please.
Something up, take a puff for the namesake. Put the whole world against me, I'ma keep the same face. I wanted all the real love, the fake hate, the
doing everything I wanted, that's the key to life. When you see me shining, then you see the light. Running through the jungle like a cheetah ride. Surrounded by fake friends I don't even like.
Now, this is a very loaded topic. For one, with the things that Diddy is accused of, do you think it was appropriate for Mr. West to have a song with his daughter featured on it?
Hell no. Wouldn't be my child. You wouldn't see Little Miss Mackenzie. No.
So this is actually, I mean, I didn't post it necessarily for the fact that Kanye did that. And also I have a wild Kanye topic next week. I layer everything really perfectly for this show, so I didn't want to overload, but the Kanye topic next week is going to be interesting.
Yo.
But I remember Kanye had an issue with Kim posting Northwest on her Instagram and letting her just roam free on social media. He said he didn't like it. She ignored him. Now, Kim said she had an issue with him doing this song, and he released it anyway. Do you feel like it was appropriate for him to disregard how she felt with this particular thing?
They both wrong. I mean, you got to think in this instance. You got to think about the child and what she's being exposed to. She was definitely dead wrong when it came down to the whole social media thing because she's way too young to be exposed to that. Secondly, I mean, come on, look at what the climate that we're in right now with Diddy. She shouldn't be doing no song like that. Like, come on.
The only difference I can say to give Kanye a little grace is that when she would have been doing this song, she would have been wherever she would have been with Kanye. And with the things that are going on right now, she wouldn't have been around Diddy. And this is her putting something out there. With social media, she's putting something out there and receiving something in return in regard to like the attention and stuff she's getting. But as far as her on this song, she's just putting that out there, doing her thing and dipping.
True, but what is it representing though? What is that saying as a parent? Knowing his charges and everything, even if, I mean, I'm not going to say they all know each other. Kanye know what he into, he know what he into, but just the optics of it all. Having a young child, your daughter at that.
And the lyrics
just doesn't look right.
That she was saying was like, "Whoa, you really wanted your daughter to say that on there?"
It has to be some type of boundary with your kids.
That was some wild shit. And just to give like a little bit of pushback for Kim, also, I don't bring my daughter to family function. I mean, not family, but work functions. I mean, in the military, there would be career days. And they be like, you bring your daughter? I don't want my daughter around you degenerates.
My kids don't be, no.
They had a family day one time, and it was in the summer, and my daughter was out of school at the time. And they was like, are you going to like bring your daughter down? No, absolutely not, sir.
I'll pass.
Yeah. I got a few coworkers that I'm cool with. Like if they were to have like a function, it was like, hey, bring your kid. I could see that. But in regard to bringing my daughter around people that I don't even want to be around, why would I want my daughter to be around? But Kanye is on a wild bender. There is more to come because apparently, well, not apparently, he said some pretty foul stuff about Jay-Z and Beyonce's twins. It was
again.
Wild.
Keep the kids out of it. Keep the kids out of it. Like, why? If you got a problem, you got beef with these grown people, that's one thing. But what he said was more than harsh. Like, you deserve your ass whooped. Like,
oh, that is a for sure.
I would stomp you in the ground.
Yeah, I mean, Kanye, I know you had an issue with Jay-Z before. Don't ever think that's going to be rekindled at this point. I've seen Jay-Z just from the outside looking in and not personally knowing him. I've seen him have less regard for people that have done way less offensive.
Oh yeah, and this is way crossing the line. Yeah. But that wasn't those weren't the only kids that got the stray.
Yeah, Kanye,
like he been going out of control.
Kanye, wake up, Mr. West, but but Kanye,
definitely not the same Kanye.
For you putting your daughter on this song, for you talking about kids that. Like these are kids by somebody that, regardless of your beef, you're a crumb bum.
You're a crumb creep. I want to fight you. You don't have the courage. You're a real crumb bum.
But
that about sums it up.
Yeah. But producer, this is interesting. Play my next clip, please.
I'm in my drop top. Who's in the street?
No, we're not doing that. Fuck no. No, sir. No, you.
That was foul.
Now, are you familiar with the Mandela effect?
I am.
So I know one of the biggest ones that is popular right now is this movie that people believe came out, Shazam, with Sinbad. The movie did not exist. People are mixing up other movies and thinking that it happened, but it didn't. Now, a new film phenomenon is songs that we have been singing for years, and we have been getting the lyrics wrong. Now, do you, without a shadow of a doubt, believe that he was cruising or who's in the streets?
He was cruising. If you listen to the lyrics, it makes sense. I'm in my drop top cruising the streets. I got a real pretty little thing that's waiting for me. I pull up. You cruising.
Nah, he wanted to see who was in the streets before he go see his shorty.
No.
He might have seen something on the way. Hey, yo, babe, I go to Flat Tire. I'll be there next week.
You're not messing up my childhood. It was cruising. He was cruising the streets. Ain't no who's in the street.
7 o'clock. I know that feeling. You driving, you got something lined up, but you want to ride past the spots before you get there. Who's in the street?
We're not gonna do that.
Who's in the street?
We're not gonna do that. No, it's cruising the streets, point blank, period. That's it. They know who's in the streets. But I heard it. I said, wait, what the? It's like the T-Pain thing. What was the bartender song? I just knew them lyrics and was singing them all types of wrong.
You know, because it's 2 T-Pain songs. It's Bartender and it's Buy You a Drink. No, it's Buy You a Drink.
Buy You a Drink. It's Buy You a Drink.
But I've always heard, and then
No, you didn't.
I did.
Okay.
Now, I'm not going to, you know what? Let me backtrack. I didn't hear it, and then I'm going to take you home with me. I just heard, and. After he just said, and I'm going to take you home with me.
Until
I never heard he said, ooh, wee.
Until he sung it.
Ooh, wee does sound like it could, the way the tone of the record goes, it does sound like that could have been it. But I'll be completely honest. I was listening to the Joe Budden podcast earlier today, and they just happened to cover this topic. And with them being like musical people, they had the producer pull up nice and slow. He dropped the bass line and then he played it, and it still sounded like it could have said who's in the street, because as he says who's in the streets, the tone of the song goes perfectly with his voice. So then they was like, nah, fuck that. They went back and they found an acapella, and then they dropped the back vocals and heightened the vocals. He did say cruising. Usher was trolling us.
It's cruising.
They played it twice, because the first time they did it, it still seemed like who's in the street, and then the second time it was like,
hey, Mr. Cheese.
It was clear as day the second time. I was
it's cruising.
Why would he do that?
Because he played too much. I don't appreciate it. I'm not feeling Usher.
Some bullshit. Like when he went to Magic City.
Usher.
When he went to Magic City and they thought he was throwing money, and then they said when he left he was throwing Usher bucks.
Usher better go. He better go somewhere.
Usher, you about to get your ass
he full of shit. Okay.
You're not quite a crumb bum. I just like the hysteria.
He getting there though. he about to close. That close.
Usher got one more incident, because this is the second incident that Usher done had on this show. The first one would have been the Super Bowl, that nonsense. And you know what? Nah. Usher got one more incident. He gonna be a crumb bum. But I thought that was hilarious, because what made him wake up and do that? He is an asshole for that. But I am going to need your help with this next one, El Presidente, because my screen is not up. Producer, can you bring up my next topic, please? Now, El Presidente, I normally do a funny video of the week. This was hands down my favorite post that I've seen this week on social media. And when I tell you the way I laughed at this post, man, can you see it?
I can see it, yes.
Okay, can you read the post for the good people?
All right, I can't. Let me go to my notes. Because
Okay.
I can't see it from my screen. I'm gonna go to my notes.
Okay.
Because I saw it on your social media and I was like, what the hell is this? But then when I actually read it, I was like, yo.
And usually I don't read stuff that has a caption that long, but I was like, this is a little boy in a club. This gotta be a story. I want to see what this is.
Yo. All right. Let's see. All right, y'all ready for this? I remember when I was 14, I heard my mom and her friends talking about going to the club. I sneak out to the club when mom's left. I done snuck in the club, posted up by myself, because I ain't know nobody in that MF my age anyway. I'm there for a good little hour, and all of a sudden, I get a tap on my shoulder. I turned around. Mom said, oh, yeah? So I knew what time it was. Long story short, right before we took this picture, she whispered in my ear, you know I'm beating your ass when we get home, right? And wrapped her arms around me. The way I hollered.
You, that is hilarious.
Legendary.
I mean, the fact, because you usually when you see certain stuff, you could tell where it's made up. But you know his mom said that because you can see that he just shit on himself. Look on his face.
But the way she's holding him and smiling, yo.
I mean, I've been mind fucked by my parents before. That is like an ultimate. And then, I mean, so I had posted this question on my story earlier. What is the funniest thing you've been caught doing as a teenager? When you was being sneaky. Knew you ain't had no business doing
it. I can't say. I can't say.
You know, I'm gonna be honest. Everything that I did as a teenager being sneaky, I got away with. The only time I came close to being caught is I snuck out one time, and it was dumb shit. It was the summertime. The block was popping on us one day, and it was curfew. I went in the house, and then I was like, man, fuck that. Everybody on the block having fun. I'm out. I went back outside. I knew that my mom would be in the basement for a while, and I knew that my dad didn't get home till like 1 o'clock because the way his shift worked out. So I stood out. I think I slid back in the crib probably around like 12:30 because at the time I don't even remember what time my curfew was. It might have been like 11 or some shit like that. But I snuck back in at 12:30, and my mom was like, I hear your ass sneaking in this house. I said, no, you didn't. I was in here the whole time. She was like,
really?
No. I heard that back door because I took some trash. I was like, what are you talking about? You took trash out at 12:30. Yes, I did. Prove me wrong.
Okay, so I can tell one story because it was a couple of them.
Okay.
All right, the one ultimate story. Now, I don't know if your mom used to do stuff like this, but I remember I was cutting real heavy one year. Like, I ain't go to no classes, right? So I cut. I go to my friend's house. And back then, that's when we had pagers. That was like a year before cell phone was out for all of us.
Right.
So I get a page, and I'm like, well, who is this? It's one of my friends. Yo, Tiff, your mom just came up in the school. She was looking for you. She was out in the roaming the halls in the lunchroom. I said, yo, no, are you serious? And yo, I was pushing it because I was already caught cutting. But the week before, somebody mom had came outside while we was at recess or whatever, while we was in our downtime in high school.
Oh.
Caught her while she was jumping double dutch, yanked her up by her collar and started whooping her tail in front of everybody in the courtyard. So I should have known then, like, Tiff, that's your cue. Like, cut it out. Like, lay low.
Damn.
So once I heard she popped up, I said, "Yeah, let me take my behind the class from now on. I don't want to get embarrassed like that because my mom is that type. Yeah, she'll embarrass me like that."
It was funny because I actually only cut in 9th grade in high school. 9th grade, I went through this phase where I was cutting in. I didn't do anything worthwhile with none of my cuts. I wasn't at some shorty crib. We would go around doing dumb shit, and then I just started like just going home and going to sleep. So then the way it worked is I was at that first wave of when they would call the automated messages would call your house and be like such and such cut such and such class, but the machines would be wrong. And my dad at the time, he had a post at Gratz. So Gratz had so many arrests that they sent my dad at Gratz where they would just process them at Gratz and just take them straight to the 39th.
Wow.
So he was in the schools and he could see what was going on. So when he seen that the systems was fucked up the way they was, he never questioned when I was going to school and when I wasn't, because it was times that I actually had been in school all day and then marked and cut.
You lucky.
So when I cut this one class and my report card had came out and that shit had an F on it, and I'm like, a F? The teacher was like, well, when the fuck have you been here? Literally, that's what he said. I was like,
they not supposed to talk like that.
I mean, I respected it though. I mean, we talked to him like that. Mr. O'Dwyer, shout out to him. I've seen him fight a couple students that thought they was going to get rowdy with him. It didn't end too good for him. But also that it was a convenient malfunction in the school district that year. The computers messed up and all the report cards was like a month late coming out. And by it being a month late, it gave me enough time to flip that F to an A. And then at the point that the report cards came out, it was like a month before school was over anyway. I was like, man,
I used to do that. I used to change my grades. Well, I used to get my teachers to change my grades.
Yeah, nah, I'm not.
Gift the gab.
Yeah,
gift the gab.
I had shout out to Nikki Boo, my Nick. She got a teacher to change one of my grades in college. She was like, he's a single black man. I mean, a single father and a black man. Do you really want to continue the stereotype? That teacher was like, you know what? It was a sociology class. He was like, you know what? You're right.
Wow.
At least he passes. But shout out to that. But ladies and gentlemen, that was my favorite Facebook post of the week. Whenever I come across a fire, funny ass Facebook post, I'm going to post it every time. But y'all know how I like to end. If it bleeds, it leads. Producer, play my funny video of the week, please.
Hey, excuse me? You was the one talking shit to my mama? You the one cussing my mama out? Huh? Give me that. Answer the question.
Yeah, she was out of
Why is you calling my mama a bitch? I'll slap the shit out you right now, nigga.
Do it. Yeah,
Come outside then. Come outside then. Come outside then. Come outside then. No, we're not here to buy nothing. Fuck that. Come outside, bitch ass nigga. You wanna call my mama a bitch?
No.
You wanna call my mama a bitch?
I already.
Bitch ass nigga. Fuck wrong with you? Come on.
Go.
Come on. I'm going. Fuck you. Fuck you, bitch ass nigga. What the fuck is you talking about? You don't want to.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, as you know, here at the Ant Money Experience, I am an advocate of violence. A lot of people just don't understand without the shit being slapped out of them. And you know what? Looking at the way things go for me, normally I tend to be the same way at times. But the way that man just thought that it was sweet. No, sir.
He found out the hard way.
Why would you call that man's mother a bitch?
He certainly found out the hard way.
And
then threw his little piece of bagel. Like, what was that gonna do? Like, what was that gonna do?
The The piece of bagel reminded me of that girl that hit the other girl in the back of the head with the baton in that race. Cause she already know you did that shit.
She was dead wrong. Like, how you going? Oh, I was losing control. I was losing my balance, and my baton got stuck on her back. Like, stop! You straight cracked her in the back of the head.
Yeah. I felt like people are kind of beating that topic to death, so I didn't want to do that. I mean, to charge her for that, I think maybe a bit extreme.
No, it's not. No, it's not. When you think about it, the batons, those batons, aren't they metal? Those are heavy.
I know that some of them can be plastic, but the way that girl fell when she got hit, I'm going to believe that one was definitely metal.
I'm telling you, if the girl got a concussion, that was not plastic. And the way she cracked her upside the head, because she looked like she swung twice. She cracked her, then went again.
That's the only part that gives her story a little validity because the girl did come in contact with her baton. And
yeah, when she cracked her. Like, stop. We're going to stop this, okay? She saw that she was losing. The girl was coming around. She said, oh, no, this ain't going to happen to me again. And she cracked her upside the head. We're not going to make excuses.
You know
We're not going to do that. Okay?
I'm standing up for the young black queen. All right, good people. I am back in motion. What up, Scooty? What up, niece? I got Royalty, what up? I can see the comments now. Deandra, what up? What up? Warren, good to see you back. Shout it out all my good people. Okay, before we go any further, good people, and I'm gonna run this on a promo. And in the spirit of March Madness, I came across a post, and it was March Madness of BBLs. So next week for Lounge Talk, I need participants for this. So I want about a good 4 people that you don't have to be up here for the whole episode, but I will need you for the Lounge Talk. I want you to come up here and we are going to break down this BBL March Madness. If you are interested, make sure you inbox me and I will send you I have it posted on my page, but in case you don't see it, inbox me, let me know you are interested and I will send it to you. I need you to map out how you wanted to go, and we are going to debate, and we are going to figure out of this March Madness my man. Out of this March Madness post, we are going to come up with who has the best BBL out of these picks. Now, ladies and gentlemen, oh, damn, Scooty, because you would have definitely been perfect for this. But, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to be a good one. I can see where there's going to be some debates and some clear winners and losers, but that is going to be Leon's Talk for next week. Make sure you inbox me if you are interested. Now, with that being said, producer, let's jump into that Leon's Talk.
Oh, Lord.
I hurry up and do that before y'all caught me. That was so ghetto. But producer, could you play my clip, please? My first clip.
Tweeted, what is the dumbest thing you believed as a kid? And I quoted it. Michael Jordan sang the song, I Believe I Can Fly.
And it says R. Kelly.
Yeah, but I'm a kid. Like, I'm a kid. This is the first Space Jam era. Jordan is bald. R. Kelly is bald at that time.
So you thought they were the same nigga?
I thought they was the same person.
I already got an inbox of somebody saying that they are interested in the booty contest. I just want to say I love my viewers. Even when like there's a week that I miss, they always inbox me, yo, everything okay? Because where you at? I promise I'll be there next week. But yo, El Presidente, what is some dumb shit you grew up believing as a kid?
Oh, wow. It's a lot. Number one, Santa Claus. That's first and foremost for me.
I don't really see a problem with Santa Claus. That's one that's kind of forced upon us.
No. When I thought about it, the house that I lived in at the time, when this was being forced down my throat, I said, all right, this is a fake chimney. So he gonna come down this fake chimney.
See,
this little chimney like this is this much space. He gonna come down here with a bunch of gifts.
So you know what? My parents did a really great job at. My mother is very quick-witted. So any question I ever had about Santa Claus, she would have an answer right back at me, where I wouldn't question it no more. Like I remember, I was like, "Mom, how come sometimes it's white Santa Claus and black Santa Claus?"
That was another thing.
She was like, "Only parents know what Santa Claus really looks like. All these other people," she was like, "They're not the real Santa Claus. They're just his helpers."
I wasn't going for that. Especially when you go to Cheltenham Mall, you got the black Santa Claus right there.
I was like, "Mom, how come Santa Claus? I mean, we don't got no chimney. How come Santa Claus still can give us our gifts?" She was like, "Because Santa Claus, he gives us a call when he's outside. We open the door, he puts the gifts down there. We'll talk. He'll eat his chocolate chip and cookies." I mean,
you was gullible. You was gullible. I think for me,
also I found out that Santa Claus wasn't real very young.
Mm-hmm.
Forever fuck you, Miss Brooks, for doing that. I think she got married. Her name is Miss Thompson. Miss Thomas now. Fuck you, Miss Thomas, for ruining it. I was in 2nd grade. We came back from Christmas, and one of my friends, one little asshole that found out about Santa Claus was like, "Santa Claus not even real." I was like, "Yes, he is." He was like, "Miss Brooks, is Santa Claus real?" She was like, "No, Santa Claus ain't real. That's your parents getting those presents." I was like, Miss Brooks is a liar too.
No, it was a lot of stuff.
Mom. I said, "Mom, Miss Brooks says Santa Claus not real." She was like, "Shh, don't tell your sister." I was like,
nope. A lot of things that they tried to throw at us as kids, I was already questioning. I questioned everything. Like I always asked my famous question for anything you ever tell me. Well, why? Can you explain that to me? How is this possible? At a very young age, I just never. I just didn't believe people.
You know,
I needed proof.
Thank God for technology, because we don't have to go through that as parents now. Go look it up on Google. Google.
Oh, my youngest son is good for that, especially that damn WebMD.
My daughter got to a point where she was asking a bunch of dumbass questions, so I started making her work it out process-wise.
Okay.
Wait, hold the fuck up. Could you bring up Joe's comment, please? Play Away TV. Shout out to my guy Joe. Also, make sure you check out Brotherly Love, Sisterly Advice. They just dropped the episode today. It's a quick watch, a half an hour. They talked about a couple different balloon pop segments. The last one they talked about had me in stitches. Her face a little wrinkly. But Joe said, "I found out Santa ain't real from our inky teacher, Mr. Dane." Now, I want everybody to join in laughing at Joe with this comment. Me and Joe have been friends since the 5th grade. Mr. Dane was our 6th grade teacher. I want to know why Joe was still believing in Santa Claus in 6th grade. And I'm going to get cussed out by the next thing I'm about to say, but my sister was also 13 when she found out Santa Claus wasn't real.
So they also thought the Tooth Fairy was real too.
I mean, the Tooth Fairy threw me off.
Oh my God. What in the hell? Are you serious?
Yeah, I was about 9 when I found out about the Tooth Fairy.
So a little fairy with wings was coming around sliding money. Really? Seriously?
See, this is what happened. I have an explanation, and I didn't figure out what really happened until I was an adult. So, Tooth Fairy comes, drops my tooth. Drops the money. So I went and I was like, "Oh, the money," but the Tooth Fairy forgot my tooth. So I was like, "Hey, God," I went and prayed. I was like, "Hey, God, the Tooth Fairy forgot to come get my tooth. So can you tell the Tooth Fairy to come back, get my tooth, And if the Tooth Fairy would like to leave me some more money, I'm okay with that as well. So I go to the bathroom, I take a shower, no BS. I come back in the room, it's more money under the pillow, and the tooth is gone. I was like, I was 7 years old when that happened. I didn't find out what happened until I was
This
like
nigga said
26.
11 years old. He really said 11 years old.
No, I said I was 7.
You were 7? Okay, I'm about to say, boy.
I said 7.
Ooh.
7.
Ooh.
So no, mine was not on point. I found out what happened. So we were spending a week at one of my aunt's houses, and my mom has always been absent-minded. That's where I get it from. She put the money under the pillow, but she forgot the tooth. She just dropped the money and kept it pushing. So my older cousin, he was working for UPS at the time, and he would be up real early. So he was coming back home for his break. So he said he just had a bunch of ones in his pocket. He was like, oh shit, little Anthony tooth came out. So he said he took the tooth and threw the money down there and kept it pushing. I was like, you know, you're the reason why I had still believed in the Tooth Fairy for a long time? He said, damn.
All right, how much money you used to get from the Tooth Fairy per tooth?
It used to vary. I think that it used to be dependent on what kind of mood they was in, because sometimes it would be like $3, $4. Then when I was at my grandmother's house, I got like a $5 to $10. It was lit when my Tooth Fairy, when the Tooth Fairy came to grandma's house.
Yeah.
That should have told me something right there, because why the Tooth Fairy richer at grandma's house than he is at my own house? But
exactly, I was getting like $10 per tooth.
I think some of the dumb stuff that I believed as a kid was, I believed that people, when they died on TV, that they really died. And I believe that people, when they acted in a role, that's really who they was. So when I would see like, let's take for instance, what was a popular movie that, what's the movie with Danny Glover and Mel Gibson?
Lethal Weapon.
So when I would see Danny Glover on other movies, I'd be like, but that's Riggs. What is he doing here? It doesn't make sense. Now, also, what didn't help is when you would have like TGIF and you would have Steve Urkel do crossover episodes, and he would go on other shows as Steve Urkel. So in my mind, that makes sense because that's Steve Urkel wherever he goes.
Yeah.
So,
but playing another character would have been like, no, what you doing, Steve?
Right. Like, Steve, what are you doing step by step? So it just kind of made sense to me. Another thing that I still don't play around about, but Bloody Mary, I was dumb enough to believe that was real.
Okay, but yeah. I ain't think about that one.
Never done it.
Yeah, I ain't think about that one. That's I think I ain't gonna hold you. I still believe it. No, I would never try it.
Yeah, I'm not about that action.
Audience, I ain't that bold.
What's some of the dumb stuff you just grew up believing? Listen, I'm not arguing the fact that it's real or fake. I just know I won't be partaking in it.
No, thank you.
Not at all.
That just seemed like one of them others type things, just like how they do Ouija boards and stuff. No, thank you.
Yeah, no.
I'm not doing that.
Yeah, nah.
Keep that to yourself. Don't bring it here.
Listen, I was somewhere and it was some kind of game shop, and they had one. I just walked right off the aisle. I'm good. I don't play around with dimensions and stuff like that because I am not versed in that life. And I feel like you open one of them portals and you don't know what else is walking through the door.
I don't play with spirits. That stuff is real. You don't play no. I'm a black woman, okay? I don't play them games.
As I got older, like I used to be a fan of scary movies, and I don't mind them. But now, when movies start playing around with religion and the horror, nah,
I don't like it. Yeah, I don't care for it. And I'm a huge fan of horror movies. I've been watching horror movies since I was 4 or 5 years old.
Yeah.
But as I get older, like you said, I don't play with religion. Yeah. I don't play with religion. I don't play with kids, even though child's play. It's a
Cosplay
classic.
always funny to me, but
But when they talk
like
about
a good.
spirits,
I don't
and
mind like oh yeah, I see what you mean. I walked out of the last Beetlejuice that came out because of that.
really,
But
I didn't see the last Beetlejuice.
they started like I remember them having like a little voodoo in the first one, but they were like going over the top in this one, and I was like,
Really?
yeah, I was like, this is not for me. But okay, I guess all y'all just was real niggas since day one, and then have nothing that y'all grew up dumb believing in. Okay, what you what Monique say on Precious? You think you so fucking smart with your little fucking degree? But we'll jump into the next topic. Producer, can you play the next two videos back to back, please?
What happened at the Breakfast Club? She took that job. She got that job because I think she had a social media presence. I can't imagine why else.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
So she got that job. And I always said she wasn't talented. She got the job and got knocked up shortly afterwards. And the worst thing in the world happened. They brought in somebody who was talented.
Supposed to be a team up that bitch. Not one person comes to my defense at all. Like when I'm like not one motherfucker ever with this online shit. Like, why the fuck should we have to keep playing it? Man, listen, I know one thing. Angela Yee ain't that motherfucking crazy. Not as crazy as niggas try to make out to be. Nah, it's the reason that lady wanted to leave that show. I don't know how she did that shit for 13 years, my nigga. I'm telling you. I don't give a fuck. Y'all already know what's up with me. I feel played with. I'ma play with niggas. Like, that's just like.
Now, there's about 4 different dimensions to this topic. I was going to just talk about it. Then I was like, nah, this actually has a deeper conversation at hand. So the first thing I want to say is, do you feel like she should have responded to that?
That she should have responded to who?
What started everything off is the Corey Holcomb video. Do you think she should have responded to that?
No. It's a lot of things. Sometimes you just need to brush stuff off. Ignore things. Everything doesn't need a response.
Now, I think that he had some kind of personal gripe with her.
Absolutely.
I'm not exactly sure like where it stems from or what exactly it is, but he definitely has like a personal issue with her. And
absolutely.
I really don't understand it. Like I was watching a bunch of comments say that she's not funny. And I mean, she's not over the top. Oh my God. Or I'm looking to catch her on a show, but I don't really knock people for doing their thing.
It's a matter of opinion. It's whatever you like.
Right. I mean, I think she's good at doing skits. I loved her when she did skits. I mean, as a stand-up comedian, I don't think that's for everybody, but I mean,
that's not her niche.
That's not her niche. But the second thing is, do you think that DJ Envy and Charlemagne were correct in saying out? Not going to the internet to be at her side.
I'll say yes and no, because it's a way that you can still give your support to your friend, your teammate, without getting involved. It's just a way to go about it, especially to make them feel comfortable, to make them feel like, okay, yeah, I do have support when it comes down to this. I mean, you were hired for a reason. Obviously, you were chosen over, I don't know how many females apply for this position, but if you chose this person, obviously there was something personable for you about her. So it definitely come to her defense, but it's a way to do that without coming at the other person and actually getting completely involved into it.
Well, you know, the other 2 points I can make after I figure out what y'all got to say about that.
Uh-oh.
What y'all got to say?
I'm hollering.
Get a kick out of that hesitation.
I'm hollering.
And if y'all think I got this, if y'all think I came here to play with y'all, God damn it, I'm not. But so on the Breakfast Club earlier today, Aunt Pac is in the building. On the Breakfast Club earlier today, they actually addressed it. And you know what? I personally don't like to have like personal conversations about like inner workings in front of people. Like, for instance, I was at one of my homies' crib the other day, and we were having a general conversation, and one of my homies made a statement. My other homie sitting there, he didn't agree with the statement, but rather than blurting out what he had to say in front of people that's not quite gang, he pulled that homie outside. They had this conversation, and they came back laughing. Whereas I kind of have a feeling of what they talked about, because even me being gang, I didn't walk out there with them. That's their conversation to have.
Yeah.
But also, I knew that whatever it was inappropriate enough that if it would have been blurted out, it could have caused an unnecessary situation.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm really big on just keeping. I'm not airing out family business in front of strangers, but they actually went on air and aired out their grievances in every direction. So the young lady and Jess aired out their issue with each other, and the young lady apparently, when Jess had came in to work that morning, and the young lady saw Jess coming up, she pushed the elevator door to close before she got on that elevator.
Wow.
And Jess was like, I thought that was rude. So she was like, let's backtrack a little bit. I thought you telling me to shut up and shut my mouth was rude to do on air, because I'm a grown woman. Nobody tells me to shut up. She was like, but I knew that we had some hostility. I didn't want to be on an elevator with you and just you and me without knowing exactly where we was at. I was like, I respect it. So
I'll say this.
They had a discussion, and I feel like whenever there are dynamics with women in this aspect, there's always going to be some hostility. I mean, look at The View, for instance. There's always going to be some underlying issues back and forth. But
there's a difference.
Say that again.
There's a difference between The View and how that panel was laid out versus this situation with the Breakfast Club and Jess and what's her name, Lauren?
Yes.
Okay, it's a huge difference. Now, I definitely understand when she said, you know, she pressed the elevator because she didn't want to be on the elevator with her. However, being a grown woman, because if you're going to continue to keep stressing, I'm a grown woman. If somebody's telling me to shut up, after we go off air, let me talk to you for a minute. This is what I'm not going to tolerate. What you're not going to do is you're not going to tell me to shut up. We're going to be respectful to one another. This is how we need to handle the situation. If there's something that I'm doing that's bothering you or that's taking your time, just let me know. Have a conversation. But do not hush me on air like I'm a child. That's how you handle a situation.
Agree.
When it comes to The View already was a panel. They already knew what the layout was. With the Breakfast Club, she was brought in while Jess was on maternity leave.
Well, that's where it gets conflicting, because she already worked for the Breakfast Club. So
however, she was a producer though.
Right.
She's not the talent.
So also, I think that whenever you have a situation where an audience, like, they gravitate towards a person because apparently they were getting like a lot of great feedback about her, enough that they wanted to bring her on the show.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think Jess should have had a problem with it.
I think no. See, that's a blurred line, because if her contract and if you're laying it out to, okay, the Breakfast Club is always 3 people. You got Charlamagne, you got Envy, then you have Angela Yee. Angela Yee left. Now we're looking for another female. You got Jess. If the dynamic was going to change after she came back from maternity leave, that should have been spoken out. So it does seem kind of like a cheap shot if you're bringing somebody in, and not only are you bringing another female in, but you're bringing her in on my segment. If it's Jess with the Mess, why do you continue to have her doing Jess with the Mess? That's not Jess. That's not cool. If you're going to slowly push me out, and I get it, because I will state that as the producer of the show, she has the intel. She knows what to talk about, and she has background as being a journalist. Just Hilarious is not a journalist. She's a comedian. She's a comedian of this time, social media comedian. I'll say that. Because my personal opinion, she's funnier on skits when things are edited. When things are live, she's not that good. And it came out on camera. I don't know if she might have been shy, nervous, when she was stumbling, reading, and so forth. It just was a lot. And I just think that when it comes to that dynamic, if you're going to change it, or if you're saying, you know what, hey, I'm getting a lot of feedback that this person is doing really well, the fans are loving her, we're going to try to add her to it. What do you think about that? Because Envy did even say to her, I gave you the option to say whether you wanted her to stay or not, and you didn't say anything.
So how do you feel about the topic at hand?
What is the topic at hand? I moved out for a second.
The latest issue with the Breakfast Club.
Oh, I think the Breakfast Club should have been canceled, and anything past the point of it continue to air and being supported after it should have been canceled is all very much avoidable situations, but nothing surprising. Oh no, Jesse Mass was playing Pick Me or whatever with a bunch of niggas who still ain't gonna pick you, and they continue to show you that. Unfortunate.
J. King is the player way himself. How do you feel about the topic at hand? J. King is the player way. Hello?
My bad. Y'all can hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, y'all can hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Yeah. I don't know why I keep echoing, but no, I think what it is with Jess, she just very unprofessional. Like, she just, like, her going to the internet about her and the boy Corey Holcomb, I'm glad that they on the show that they all aired out their grievances, but that shouldn't even happen. And the only reason that happened is because of that live. When you have a professional type of job like that, and you working with two vets, you got to come right. And the other girl, she been on TMZ. She got the chops to do it. I think they only really hired just for her social media presence. But other than that, her professionalism, that wasn't uncalled for.
I can agree.
Also, I can see what you mean as far as that. But also, don't you think that's a part of why they hired her? Because she's not clean cut. She has that like hood appeal to her. So do you not also have to accept what comes with that? So do you not also have to accept what comes with that? I don't think your Metro booming.
My bad, it kind of broke up.
All right.
Yeah, but that's on the producers. They, to be honest, I think they just picked up for a social media thing, but that's on the producers for fucking that up.
But that's on the I think to be honest, I do agree, and I think that they that's on the producers for fucking that up. On some kind of level, he was old for sitting. On some kind of level,
I think that was on the producers. Yeah, it's the background. I think it was on the producers. I think they were slowly trying to phase her off, to be honest. I think they don't want to pay her out for her contract. I think a lot of people have been complaining about her. And I'm be honest, I think it's an age thing too, because I've been noticing a lot of younger people in a certain age bracket, they take a lot of stuff to social media and want to go on these lives and be airing people out on lives. And but that's just not cool.
That's just not really like young like that.
That's just not cool. That's just like, okay, me and you had a job. Me and you, Aunt, we had a job, and you do something to me. You bring something nasty at the potluck. I get on the daggone live and go, oh my God, he just bought that chicken from the potluck that the cat was chewing on. Like, come on, you don't do that. Come on, you don't do that. I think that she was not getting the appeal that they thought that she was going to bring to the show for various reasons. They brought this other chick on during her absence, which is, I'm gonna say this is crazy that she got pregnant like a couple months after getting hired. Because I'm as someone who's a hiring manager, That's a pet peeve of mine. Like, you just started this job, you in the realms of your 90 days, and you telling me you pregnant? Like, no,
I didn't
that's a problem.
know. I didn't know.
I agree. I agree.
That's just
Yeah, I think they
unprofessional.
take
Like,
that
come
out.
on now.
Well, we don't know that portion of it. Who's to say that she didn't make them aware prior to?
That's true, but in the same token, like, I mean, come on, like, you on this platform, you on this national platform, and then all of a sudden you make a spectacle of it and you introduce it before they can even talk about it.
Yeah.
And then you pop up pregnant.
Well, honestly, I don't think that this gets spoken about unless she makes that live.
Yes and no, because it was spoken about. It just kind of was swept under the rug. Now with this live, everybody's bringing everything up, but I just think it was really unprofessional for her to do that. Like, if you have a problem with them, say something to them. Although she did say she asked production, why is she doing my segments? Well, if you're going to have her doing my segments and she's killing it, she gave her props, she's killing it, she's doing a good job, then just give it to her.
I think it was misguided frustration as far as what she directed at Lauren, because I truly don't think she has an issue with Lauren. But I think the way she's delivering, it's easy for Lauren to be like, well, what the fuck did I do?
Yeah.
So I think it's misguided frustration, but I also understand the frustration. But it does appear that things are not professionally taken care of or handled at the station, which creates for like the high school atmosphere that she speaks of.
Absolutely.
I think this is the case in most places.
Mm-hmm.
We were in a discussion at work earlier, and I said, one girl was like, I really miss high school. And I was like, I think that every atmosphere that I've worked at since I've been out of high school has been like a high school spectacle.
13th grade.
I mean, I don't recall many places that I've worked that it wasn't like a high school spectacle.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody talking about somebody over here, somebody don't like somebody here, they talking behind your back. I mean, life doesn't expand that far. People don't expand that far after high school. But
true. No, I don't tolerate it.
Joe, don't go nowhere. That definitely was a good talk. Oh, the audience ain't really right on that one. But glad y'all called in. But producer, let's jump into that spotlight. Mr. J. King himself has come back with another episode of Brotherly Love, Sisterly Advice. He got over the monkeypox that he was suffering from.
Hey, yo.
What? Monkeypox?
That's crazy work. This nigga said monkeypox.
I said that because we had a random funny ass conversation at work about monkeypox earlier. But no, J. King, tell the good people what they can expect from your latest episode.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, you good.
All right. Yeah, my phone acting weird. Yeah, I just dropped the episode today. It's our first episode back from Brotherly Love and Sisterly Advice. We trying something new where we're trying to do reactions, and we're gonna say if we're gonna give it love or we're gonna give it a rice and keep it real, as my sister would say. So that's the first joint we dropped today. So if y'all get a chance, please check it out. Hopefully we'll.
And I think that was a dope concept. When I tuned in, I absolutely did not expect that, but it was like a good surprise. I mean, y'all kept it short and sweet where y'all wasn't like long-winded on the topic. Y'all hit the video, gave y'all perspectives, and made it to the next one. But I've been like, that one video has been in my mind like rent-free for about 3 weeks now. Is there something you don't like about her? Her face is a little wrinkly.
Yo, that jaw was crazy. Yo, I knew that clip was gonna go viral because the way he said it, he was hesitant. Like you could tell, like he really didn't want to say it. And the thing is about Pop the Balloon, Arlette, when you pop on somebody, she'll ask why. So it kind of put Boy in a fucked up position for him to say why.
That's not completely true. I really thought that was fucked up, in my personal opinion. Because I was out one time and it was probably one of the wildest like introductions I've ever had to a person. I was out at a bar, so one of my neighbors was like, "Yo, Aunt, come over here real quick." So I walk up, and this girl is like, "Hey, do you think me and my friend are fuckable?" I was like, "Whoa."
Damn,
that was wild. So she was like, "No, answer the question. Do you think I'm fuckable?" So the one girl that asked, I was like, I thought she was cute. Her friend was not at all. But I was like, you are, but she's not. And she was like, why is she not? I was like, it's nothing against her. I'm just not into white women. I was like, I like black, brown women, mostly black. But I was like, I mean, she's just not my type. I absolutely looked that lady in her eyes and lied to her. If it's a nice looking white girl, I'll listen. Forgive me, Dr. Umar, but I just didn't think she was cute at all. So when we had revisited that conversation, she was like, "But he didn't like my friend because she was a white girl." I was like, "I didn't like your friend because she was ugly." She was like, "Oh shit." I was like,
only Ant can get away with some shit like that.
I said I was being nice. I wasn't going to say to her face that she was ugly because she didn't do anything to me. That would have been wrong. Like, that girl didn't do anything wrong to him. She just didn't. She didn't like him. But everybody takes rejection wrong differently. He told that young lady she had a wrinkly face, and I was like,
she had a strong face.
But you can look at her face and tell she had some kind of trauma. Like, there was something that's why I was like, damn, that was fucked up.
Yeah, I was like, maybe she might have some lupus or something. I was watching it with somebody and they said maybe they got lupus, they got something. So
she looked like she had it didn't look like lupus, it looked like trauma to the face. Like she had gotten in an accident or something. Like she might have broke that what is that, the clavicle?
Yeah.
It looked like she might have like injured something in her face that caused it to like have that look. But I was like, damn, man, you ain't have to do it like wait. Well, let me say, damn, daddy, you ain't have to do him like that.
Yeah, that's not the clavicle, that's the occipital bone.
Same shit.
She went to university.
Same shit. But Goody, any I mean, you came in like right at the point where we was about to close out. But any last words for the good people?
Hey man, y'all, y'all out in Philly or whatever, people as whoever watching, listening, love your people, man. Love your people and make smart decisions. Don't be out here playing games with people because niggas ain't playing fair out here, man. Gunplay is at all-time high, and these niggas is not playing fair out here, man. They will do some shit to you, and you will not make it home tonight. Do not lose your life trying to win a fucking fight, all right?
You're not about to go on a drill, are you?
On a trail.
I said you're not about to go on a drill.
No, I'm not. No. My homeboy got fucked up the other day or whatever.
Okay.
But because you're not
get well.
Because look, hey, oh no, he's dead. But stay safe. Don't be out trying to fucking win a fight because you're not gonna win it. All right, you're not gonna win it. You can't win. You can't win a gunfight, boss. Unless you cannot win a gunfight. Hey, stay safe out here.
May he rest in peace. And sorry for your loss.
I bet his ass will try to argue with nobody else.
Producer, drop her, please. Nope. Drop her.
Well, they president they dropped on too. That's crazy. On a lighter note, yes, man, definitely tune into my bro every Thursday at 7:00. And El Presidente, it's good seeing you as always.
It's always good hearing your voice.
I'm trying to transition that shit so bad, but love all y'all in the chat. But I'm out, man.
Take care.
El Presidente, any last words for the people?
Love on your people and pray. These are some hard times. Okay, the climate is really rough out here. But seriously, watch out for one another. Watch out for yourselves. Make good decisions. Make smart decisions. And love on your family. Good night.
Good people. That was a great show tonight. Thank you for dealing with my technical difficulties. I swear I was set up and then a thunderstorm came through, knocked all my stuff out of whack. But thank you for joining me. Like I said, it might be here and there that I take a little week off, but I'm always going to come back with a fire episode for you. Like I mentioned earlier, if you are interested in the BBL madness for the Lounge Talk next week, make sure you inbox me. I already had 2 participants, Brent Hall and Scooty. I will see y'all next week. Any other people that want to join the panel, just inbox me so I can send you a screenshot and make sure you got your picks. Also, just shout out to everybody that shout out to everybody that checked in on me in my absence. Everything is all right, you know. Keep you posted. But as I always like to say, make sure you live every day like it's your last, but you are prepared for tomorrow. God bless and good night.